Well, Happy New Year. It is January 1st. New year, new start, new outlook. Well, new everything. Or is it a new everything? Growing up, we were always going, oh yeah, brand new year, oh yeah, different stuff. Well, that's when I was a child. I'm in my mid-20s now. I'm about to go into my late 20s now. Well, yeah, it's scary getting old at first, but you gotta embrace it. You can't be young forever, right? Last year, 2022, was an adventure. And it started off with an adventure. It started off slow. I was sick. I fell ill at the beginning of January. And I, didn't know what else to think of after, but no one would have thought what was going to happen after I got sick. And what happened was, just as January was coming to an end, a wrestling team entered the small town where I live. I live in a very rural community in Alberta, and this wrestling team came, and I thought, yeah, I love wrestling. I love WWE. I love to watch wrestling. Why not watch it live? So I did. And the amount of people that came to that wrestling, this was a small civic center. We're talking maybe 200 people could fit in, or maybe 75 people could fit in. And it was the perfect start to 2022. A wrestling match. A live wrestling match! And at the wrestling matches, you were allowed to have, meetings with all the wrestlers, have an autograph, have a picture taken, all that stuff. Then in April was big because that's when I went to a Comic-Con convention. And I got to meet a lot of interesting people. That's where, interestingly enough, I got to meet the Trailer Park Boys. And here is the autograph book that the Trailer Park Boys signed. This is the autographs of Ricky, Julian, and Bubbles. As Julian was signing it, I told him that a couple of my friends, and this is true, a couple of my friends were Trailer Park Boys for Halloween, and they won the first place. I told Julian, and Julian kind of smiled. He goes, "That's awesome, man." And Bubbles signs it. He's about to hand it back to me, and he closes it, and then all of a sudden he turns it over, and he goes, "Hey, this is like a medieval times book you got." And I said, "It is." And he goes, "You made a good autograph book choice." And yes, as you can see, it does look like a medieval times book. I've had this for a long time. Never thought much about using it until recently, because this is a good autograph book. It's blank. It's, you could do sketches, you could do drawings in here, pretty much do whatever. And at that same Expo in April, I got to meet Rocky and Predator actor Carl Weathers. And he wrote all the best on there. Carl Weathers was very quiet, very chill. Interestingly enough, he used to play for the Oakland/Las Vegas Raiders, which is actually my favorite football team, for those that don't know. When I told him that, I said, "I'm a huge fan of the Raiders." And he looks at me and he goes, "There's a ton of them out there." And I told him, "Yeah, they're pretty crazy." And he looked at me and he goes, "Are you one of them?" I said no. Although I do dress up, as you saw in some of my previous videos from 2021, yes, I do dress up quite a bit for Raiders games. Looking back at 2022, I could make probably an hour, if not 2 hours worth of stories for everyone here. That'll probably take too long. You don't want to see that all month long. All I can do is maybe summarize it into 2 different videos, which is what I have done. And May, I went back to another type of comic expo, except it was Otafest, one of the biggest anime conventions in Canada. There, as you know, I got to meet voice actor Brendan Hunter, who's actually a friend of mine, interestingly enough.